Hey guys, what's up? It's Alex here. Today we are here to have a look at the Motorsport Manager first patch they've done for PC. Lots of stuff has been going on in this patch here. So guys, I'm going to go through some of the main things that you guys might be interested about. And also, if you want to go through and look them in full, they're all in the description of this video. And there's a link as well to the Steam page. So, pretty good stuff here. Motorsport Manager has had an incredibly successful launch. I've really enjoyed playing it, and now we've got our first patch update. I think it's also out on some new platforms. It's out on Linux now as well, which is good for people that might be interested on that. So what has changed is the big article, really. In my opinion, lots has changed, and you can see from the background footage. I don't know whether any of it particularly comes across, but it might do. This is the first footage you've seen on my channel, which is post-patch. So, anyway, what's changed? Let's read through them here for you guys. So, let me know if you've seen particularly any of these in this video, and also maybe for yourself if you're playing it. So, improved weather simulation, which I suppose is very, very important for the racing. Fixed car water spray appearing too early. It now appears when the track is wet enough for inters and wet tyres. Obviously, could sort of trick you into maybe going to the wrong tyres. Also, improved blue flag AI. That is mega important for me, because I found that you did easily get stuck up behind cars with blue flags, and you know, the Sebastian Vettel meme definitely came into force many a time in this game when the AI, or the old AI, where they got blue flagged because they just didn't move out of the way for like half a lap, and you could get held up behind them for so many corners. So that's really, really good. Improved AI switching between the intermediates and the wet. That's important, because even though obviously it's a tough game already, we would like the AI to be as realistic as possible. You know, selecting the right strategy calls the majority of the time. Obviously, we don't want it to be all the time, otherwise that's boring. We don't have any variety, but we always want to make sure that the AI is actually having a good race as well. Fixed standing the motion bugs relating to parts being banned. Also important stuff like this. Obviously, little glitches here and there, very, very important. Issues with maximum performance was not taken into consideration on the new season car part. So I think that's where, like, if you had a really good part at the end of one season, hopefully that would sort of slightly carry over to the next season. But I think there was a big sort of glitch where lots of people were getting mega reset in their new seasons, and I think that's what's going on there. It's good that that is fixed. That it was quite a big game breaker, but luckily it's fixed, and hopefully everyone now will not have to be experiencing that problem whatever again. Initial game car stats obviously fixed. Bugs bugs at the end of practice. The first screen apparently showing that it was also raining even if the weather was actually sunny. Issues where the change in the liveries were not reflected in the race. Issues where the cars would repeatedly jump positions in the standings without overtaking cars. You know, just little things that you might not actually notice, but I guess if a couple of people notice them, it's just good to get that reported. So if you guys ever do see anything you would like to be fixed about this game, you know, there's such a good community over at Motorsport Manager at PlaySport, so definitely just keep an eye out on them, and you know, tweet them maybe, or just, you know, email them. I know Christian's obviously super good on Twitter, and the whole team's really, really good on Twitter, so you know, they're very, very interactive, so definitely worth, if you do see a glitch, just pointing it out to them, as I think they'll be very appreciated. They're trying to iron out as much on this game as possible. Fixed an issue where if a driver won a race but got demoted due to illegal parts ban, the social media still thought they had won. Issues including promising traits, widescreen support for car design screen, incorrect teams in commentary messages. So it's not really big stuff here. I don't want to keep going down these. I'm sure it's just like me reading basically out the whole article here for you guys. But to be perfectly honest, so much has gone into this, and well, there's been so many little updates here. And it's very, very important for the game to get these updates. Otherwise, we just don't see a net improvement in the game. And it's good that they're doing this. And in my opinion, it's always, you know, always good for them to just keep listening to what the fans thought. And I think that's why F1 has sort of taken its time to get sort of generally better, is because it's taken them a long time to listen to what the fans actually want. And I think in 2016 they finally got there, but it's taken them like 5 years to do so. So just reading through these a bit more, I don't want to obviously read through all of them for you guys, because I think, you know, if you want to go and see particular ones, you can go over there and check out the page. I'm going to link down below, or I might even just copy the whole thing into the description. I'm not too sure what you guys think, but a couple of interesting things along with the little glitches here. There's also fixed AI braking sharply when they go past the car exiting the pit lane here. So that's obviously very, very strange. So I guess that means like when somebody's in the pit, someone's trying to go down the main straight, but then they just like jam on the brakes. Quite strange. strange, but pretty good stuff there for that. Fixed drivers giving opposite downforce feedback during practice. So that's something that obviously I came across quite a bit, whereas the two drivers wanted completely different things in practice, and obviously it doesn't make any sense. Like, you know, if somewhere like Monza, for example, you know, Milan, sorry, for example, is just, you know you don't want loads of downforce on that track generally, but sometimes one driver would say yes, I want it all, the driver would say, nah mate, I want no downforce. And obviously that's quite confusing as a manager of the team. You'd expect most of the time for the two cars to be similar. Obviously it's not going to be the same every single time, but you'd expect them to be very, very similar. So that's really good to see. That's a big plus for me, and I think that caused quite a bit of confusion in my live streams as well, because lots of people were thinking like, why are you sort of not basing one setup on the other? But luckily now it means that, you know, the driver setups are going to be similar, and we can focus on, you know, not going too far one way on one driver. So that's important stuff. Added a lap counter for selected driver. Interesting stuff. Can no longer vote for a new race location if that location already appears twice in the current race calendar. Interesting. Okay, I didn't realise that was going to be such a thing here, but I don't know. Personally, I wouldn't have seen the problem that was left in the game, but I guess a lot of people wouldn't like to see the repetition of the same track over and over and over again. So personally, I suppose that's pretty decent to have that in there. So that's good. Fixed an issue where the chairman's happiness would decrease even if the race was won. Okay, you know, who knows, that could even happen in real life. I mean, to be fair, I wouldn't put it past some chairmans if, you know, they got like a 1-3 and they'd be like, no, we want a 1-2. And he still gets disappointed. So I wouldn't actually be surprised. But yeah, I guess it was a little bug there, and they've got that fixed, which is good. Removed redundant votes, obviously, e.g. voting to increase qualifying time even though the series doesn't have qualifying. Okay, didn't realise that was such a thing. I don't think I came across anything like that in my series so far, which is obviously very important. But yeah, a couple of other little glitches here and there, you know, when the game crashes and that sort of stuff. But I'll make sure I leave a full list down there in the description, guys, or also I could possibly leave a link as well. Maybe I'll just do both, to be perfectly honest. So yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Thank you for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. I will try to do these videos in the future, so I think it's just a nice little update for you guys who are obviously loving the game on the channel, and I really appreciate that. There'll be a video up later. I need to explain something once again. Obviously I was going to do a live stream, but I need to explain later what's all going on with that sort of stuff. But thank you for sticking with me, sticking with the series over this last week where I really haven't been feeling very too good. So yeah, thanks for watching. Have a great weekend. Enjoy the Grand Prix. Hopefully it's a good one. Play loads of Motorsport Manager as well. It's been X about it. Goodbye.